Hello YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from YNAB. It stands for You Need a Budget. This is another Whiteboard Wednesday. We've talked about Rule 1, where you're giving every dollar a job, you're imposing scarcity onto your money, and you're feeling great because your money is starting to do what you actually care about it doing, and you feel content. But when you start to embrace your true expenses, which is Rule 2, you're looking ahead to larger, less frequent expenses, and you're saying, I'm going to break those up into smaller, more manageable monthly amounts. So remember, with Rule 1, you're deciding this money goes here for this job, this money goes here for this job, this money goes here for this job. With Rule 2, you're saying, but wait. Look ahead to that vacation, to those car repairs, to the holiday spending, to the insurance premium, to tuition that's due, to summer camp that will come up in the summer, right? And you're saying, look at those expenses ahead, break them up into monthly amounts, and then you're dealing with a monthly amount for those longer term expenses as you're still deciding what your money should do. So let's take one example. Let's do one that's kind of hard. Let's do car repairs. People will say, Jesse, I don't know how much the car repairs will cost, and I don't know when they'll happen. And I say, you're exactly correct. But we do know they will happen, and we do know that they will cost more than $0. So we'll just go with that, and you guess. You just estimate. You say, I'll put aside $100 a month for car repairs. Now, as you're giving every dollar a job, Rule 1, and you're saying this for that, this for that, this for that, you're weighing your priorities. Do I care about A more than B and B more than C? And then, car repairs. Do I care about car repairs? Well, in the moment, you really wouldn't because your car's running fine. But you know that it will happen and it will cost more than $0. So you say, well, I do care about the eventual car repairs. In a sense, you're saying you care about your future self. You're looking ahead to your future self and you're saying, do I want to leave my future self with no money and needing new tires? Or no money and the transmission fell out of the car? I don't think so. So it is important to me to set up my future self, to have money there when the car repair is actually needed. It is important for me to have my future self have money for when the holidays land consistently at the end of every year. And there's money there for them so they can feel merry in that time of merriment, right? It is important for me to set aside money for my kids' summer camp because they have a fantastic time and I love the program. So I'm going to make sure that even though it's October, I'm going to be setting aside some of that money for the summer camp, for the swimming lessons, any number of things. These are still your priorities, but they're the priorities that are further down the road. And Rule 2 just says, embrace those true expenses. Embrace the fact that your expenses aren't just the monthlies, but they're the monthlies plus those less frequent, larger expenses that normally kind of knock you off your feet. If you'll look ahead and break those up into monthly amounts, you'll find that your normal expenses, your true expenses, are here where you thought your expenses were here. And when you're operating with this level and giving every dollar a job there, suddenly things just run really smooth. It actually gets kind of boring. I'll talk next week about Rule 3 specifically, how to make sure that you stay on track.